Hi, I'm Andrea, and this is a 10-minute intermediate mat Pilates routine. Beginning with seated cat-cow, sitting tall, lengthening spine, and exhale, hollow tummy, tilting pelvis to navel. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, hollow and scoop. Inhale, warming the spine, sitting tall as you can. Lengthen, hollow, and scoop your belly in towards the spine. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hollow and hold. Reach the arms out in front. Big hollow in the tummy, abdominal scoop. Extending your front leg, straight leg lifts. 2 sets of 8. Keeping the leg as straight as you can. Keep hollowing the tummy. So really scooping navel to the spine. Keeping that leg really straight. And hold, extending your back leg. 2 sets of 8. For easier option, bring the hands to the floor for a little help. Keep lengthening the leg, keep hollowing the tummy. And bring that leg back down, sitting tall as you can, opening the arms. And exhale, let the fingertips tap. Opening the front arm to me and rotating to the back. So rotations in your half roll down, feeling the deep abdominal scoop. So the more you hollow out the tummy, the more you feel this in your abdominals. Big scoop of the belly and rotating from the center of the chest. Make sure the hips aren't lifting, hips stay on the mat. Opening the arm wide and back to the center. Keep the rotation coming from the center of the chest, working on the side abs and the lower abs, making sure you're breathing. Exhale, inhale through the center, exhale to open. Open the arms wide as you can, feeling the rotation. Last one, we're gonna hold this one, extend the front leg, leg lifts. Now really feeling those side abs. If you need help, you can bring that back hand to the floor. Lengthen through the center, and exhale, we come back and rotate to the back side. Back leg lifts, straight leg. Trying to keep legs straight as you can, opening up through the chest. Inhale through the center, lengthen spine. And exhale, bring your hands down to the mat and hollow tummy. Coming back to half roll down, single knee lifts. Making sure you're hollowing and scooping the belly. A little harder option, we go with both legs. And another hard option, we can go for a full extension. Extending those legs straight out. Choose the option that feels good and slightly challenging in your body. Making sure you're continuing to hollow the tummy, taking pressure off of the lower back. We hold. Rotate thighs externally and beat your heels. So the toes are out and the heels tap together. Great for your lower abs. Keep the abdominal scoop, taking pressure off lumbar spine. Keeping legs straight, rotating thighs externally. Lower down, rise, reach. And exhale, forward fold, flexing feet, dipping your chest towards your thigh. Inhale to come up. Coming onto all fours, bring your knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. We find pointer pose. Extending front leg and back arm, square hips, lift belly to spine, drop shoulders from the ears. Arm and leg lift straight up. So arms and legs straight as you can get them, 2 sets of 8. Keeping hips square as you can, lengthening the leg, and creating a lot of space between your ear and your shoulder. Foundation comes from the core. Hand to the mat and extend, lifting that toe to the sky and bring knee in towards the elbow. 8 of these. You can do this all on your bottom knee. Extending toe to sky, bringing knee into the elbow. Lengthen, inhale, and exhale, elbow to knee. Great core exercise. On the knee is just fine for easier option. Lengthening, exhale. Reaching high as you can and bring it into hold. Last one, hold. Reset to the mat, other side, pointer pose. Extending back leg and the front arm. Square your hips, pull navel up and into the spine. Arm and leg lift, 2 sets of 8. Strength and foundation comes from the core, so imagining an anchor pulling your belly up and in towards the spine. Keeping hips square, keeping shoulders square. Great exercise to strengthen your paraspinals. Hold. Extend the toe to the sky. The bottom knee lifts off the mat. and bring knee to elbow. Lengthen and lift, elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee. Option to lower to the bottom knee if you need help. Full range of motion, lengthening up high as you can to the sky and bringing the knee all the way into the elbow. Great core strengthening exercise. Last one, bring it in and hold. And come down onto the mat, coming into a plank or hover. So starting on your knees or lift off of the knees, making sure hips and shoulders align. Single knee taps. Tap down and switch and tap and tap. So you're alternating sides. Easier option, come onto the knees and just do the reverse. Making sure your hips and shoulders stay in alignment, no sagging in your midsection. Perfect straight line from your shoulder to your hip. Great core exercise. Squeezing your thighs, squeezing the glute, and squeezing your shoulder blades together. And we're gonna hold this one, squeezing thighs, squeezing glute, squeezing your abdominals. Come onto your knees. Back up onto all fours. Hands wider than the mat, coming to Pilates push-ups. Push the knees away for harder option. We lower chest down to the mat and back up. We have 20 of these. So Pilates push-ups, your hands are wider than your mat. Make sure your elbows are 90 degrees. Wrists are directly underneath your elbows. For easier option, your knees are directly under your hips. Great exercise for the chest, the deltoids, the upper back muscles, the triceps. Lots of muscles working here. Make sure you're not sagging in the midsection. A straight line from your shoulder to your hip. Exhaling as you lower, inhaling as you lift. You're almost there. Making sure the elbows stay in line with the wrist. No sagging in the midsection, strong core. Keep breathing. You're almost there. And last one. Coming up onto your knees, coming into camels. Make sure knees are under your hips, hands to your hips to begin. Shoulders stay in direct alignment with your knees. Make sure there's no movement at your hip. Harder option, fingertips to temples. So half camel, a great exercise to strengthen your back body core. Make sure there's no hinging at the hip here. And make sure there's just a little space between your knees. You're squeezing your glute the whole time and your core is switched on. Belly is lifted towards the spine. Exhaling as you come back, inhaling as you lift. Last one. Holding and coming back down onto your bum and all the way onto your back, back into core abdominals. Bring legs to tabletop. Interlace your hands behind the head. Pull navel to spine. Exhaling to curl up. Inhale to lower. Let's get the form. Keep the elbows nice and wide. Chin away from the chest. Belly drops to the spine. Every time you come up, elbows stay wide. And this one we're going to come up. We hold. Extend the legs. 45 degrees. Bend the knees. And continue. So if you want a little easier option, lower head and shoulders back to the mat. If you're here with me, lift a little higher off your shoulder blades and really connect to your upper and your lower abdominal muscles. Feeling your lower back pressed into the mat, you can lower the legs a little bit more or bring your toes to the sky for an easier option. Full exhale every time you extend. Try to lift up off those shoulder blades so we're not putting any tension in the neck. Lengthening through the crown of your head. And hold for a heel beat. So externally rotate your toes, heels tap together, lifting up off the shoulder blades or lower shoulders on the mat for easier option. Thighs engaged, legs straight as you can get them, bend the knees for easier option. Lower and lift, tiny leg drops, keeping those heels glued together. Tiny drops, just about 2 to 3 inches, staying in that contraction zone or the pain zone where you're feeling your lower abs switched on, never turning off. Belly lifted to spine, lengthening through the crown. And you've done it. Hug the knees into the chest. Thank your body for being strong.